Hi, so when I was reading Intimate Apparel, I totally expected the meeting between Esther and George to happen like at the end of the play, or their wedding, or whatever would happen was going to happen at the end. And it totally caught me off guard when all of a sudden, smack dab in the middle of the play, they got married, they're sharing a bed, and just really just surprised me. The two values that I saw within the play were marriage and sex. I saw these perspectives from two people, one being Esther and how she was super jealous of everyone that was getting married and she really wanted to get married but didn't want to settle. And then also I saw marriage being portrayed by Marx, and how he had an arranged marriage, and of course that brought a different perspective of marriage. And for the second value of sex, I saw two very differing perspectives. One being from Mamie, a prostitute. She just kind of thought it was work. And then also Esther, how she hasn't had sex and she kind of valued it a lot more. The definition that I had to look up was tart. I thought it just meant sour or bitter. Um, but it can also mean prostitute. And Mrs. Van Buren said, I feel like a tart from the tenderloin. And at first I was like, oh, this does not make any sense at all. And once I figured out it meant prostitute, the sentence made sense and also helped me understand how Mrs. Van Buren views herself and like views her sexuality. For number four, I definitely think this play resisted and reinvented the representation of African American women in particular. One being because the like blackface character Mammy was totally a homemaker and didn't really do anything other than like cook, clean around the house and stuff. Where the African American women in this play are hardworking, they're sexualized, um, and it's totally opposite of the character portrayed in blackface. For number five, of course, I think stereotypes exist like in every background, including African American background. Um, I think what allows stereotypes to exist and what makes them is the fact that no one is willing to do anything about it. It's just like if you do nothing, they're gonna persist. Um, and what helps overcome them is the exact opposite when people are willing to challenge them. For example, it's always been a stereotype that smart people or gifted people are kind of quirky and weird and socially awkward. This is portrayed like in The Big Bang with like Sheldon. I think one person in particular that's overcoming this is Elon Musk. He's very calm, cool, and collected. If you ever follow him, he's portrayed in this way. Two questions that I want to leave you with is what do you think about the playwright's decision to include the scene with Mrs. Van Buren kissing Esther, and then also what other stereotypes were explored other than African American stereotypes? Thank you.